Nikki Bhamra. Nikki Bhamra is a former senior crime investigator and human behavior expert, renowned for transforming investigative techniques into powerful leadership strategies.
I bring an investigative lens to leadership, helping leaders see hidden patterns, ask better questions, and unlock new ways of thinking.
This is where I come in. I help leaders to think like investigators, to spot what others miss, to ask sharper questions, and to lead with clarity. I've worked with some great leaders. They communicate with clarity, they ask the right questions, but still, some things just don't land. Their teams stay quiet, there's not really much innovation or new ideas being discussed, and some things that really do need to be said get left unsaid. And it's not because they're doing anything necessarily wrong as leaders, it's because they just don't notice what their communication style is teaching people to expect. I was once coaching a senior leader whose team had stopped contributing in meetings, and she just couldn't figure out why. And she said, I keep asking for their input, but it's just met with silence. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I asked her, what do you think you're unintentionally teaching them about what to expect when they do speak up? She thought long and hard about it for a few minutes and then said, you know, honestly, I probably do tend to kind of jump in and interrupt them, and I do tend to kind of provide solutions to whatever it is that they're talking about. And that's when the penny dropped, and she'd realised that actually with her actions, whereby she in her own head thought that she was being very helpful, it was teaching her team that when they do raise anything, when they do speak up, she will almost close it and shut it down anyway by imposing her idea. It wasn't that her team were uninterested or disengaged, it was because her communication style had trained them to almost keep quiet, to not bother offering any kind of insights or thoughts, because she would then jump in and she would defend and she would give them a problem fix immediately. And this wasn't something she was doing intentionally, it was just a habit that she'd gotten into. And it was just creating this culture of closing down conversations. And that for me is the key difference between a good leader and a great leader. Good leaders will ask for feedback, but great leaders will create the right conditions in their teams where people feel safe giving it, even when it's hard to hear. And also, great leaders are incredibly self-aware. They will realise when they are the actual cause of the issue in the team. They're able to adjust in real time without being defensive, without closing down conversations. Because great leadership isn't about knowing all the answers. It's about knowing yourself. It's the ability to notice your blind spots while still in motion. It's the ability to ask yourself, what else am I missing? How could I do this even better? What do my team actually need from me? It's that real level of self-awareness and self-leadership that great leaders have. Great leaders know that it's not about being perfect, it's about being perceptive. Because quite often in teams, problems don't just announce themselves, they're often hidden in plain sight. In the silence after you speak, in the ideas that didn't get voiced, and in the moments where people hesitate and then back down. A good leader sets the direction, but a great leader pays attention to what that direction may be silencing.